Hi guys, welcome to the Grownlearn Podcast. This is Zorina, your host. Today we're going to be speaking about self-image. We're going to be speaking about happiness. We're going to be speaking about overcoming obstacles, overcoming self-image. Anything that the author, the best-selling author of the book One Thought Away has to share with us. I'm welcoming Kerry Tepedino.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Zarina.
Thanks for joining us, Kerry. Kerry, your book has reached number one in a few categories on Amazon, best-selling book in personal development and business coaching. You're a coach and best-selling author, clearly. How did you manage to do this? What is the book all about?
Thank you. That's a great place to start. Yes, well, we are super excited. We just launched this for Mother's Day not long ago, and we hit number one best-selling book and number one new release in business coaching and mentoring, in personal development, and in Christian mentoring, which is really exciting. And I wouldn't say I'm not a business coach, just so we all know here, but we focus on mindset. So success mindset, whether you have a career or you're the CEO of your household, because you're a mama, you're a CEO of the household, or you might be an entrepreneur, CEO of your own business, or you might work in the corporate world. You might be retired and be the CEO of your own retirement season of your life, right? But it's really about helping women become the best versions of themselves possible, first starting in the way that you think. You're one thought away from being really excited about your life or not. And there's this slippery moment, Zarina, where it's like we either make that new choice, have that new thought to make that new choice, to believe that it's possible for us to have that dream life, or we don't, right? And we go back into the old thought that leads to the old feelings, that leads to the old action and habits that are not going to get us the results that we want today and tomorrow, but get us yesterday results. So One Thought Away is really about helping women get empowered about the way that they think, and knowing that they can change anything moment by moment, moment by moment, moment by moment. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I before I talk, I checked your Instagram profile and I noticed that you're a mother of three, and that's impressive already.
Thank you.
Next to this success of the best-selling in three category books.
Yeah. Can I speak into that very quickly?
Yeah, please do.
My son is 8. My oldest son is 8. I had him when I was 42 years old. And my twins, I have boy-girl twins, and they're 2, and I had them when I was 48 years old. And now at 50, I'm still breastfeeding. I'm still doing all the things. And I just share that. I want to share that because I think that's really important to share too, because I was told by the best fertility doctor in all of San Diego in my 30s, you're never going to get pregnant. It's never going to work for you. And I let that mess with my thinking and my head for a few years until it was my first Father's Day after my stepdad passed away, and I was just heartbroken. And I just had this really powerful moment, like a soul God moment, where I just got that no one gets to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body. And it was literally like a switch flipped in my head around what I believed in. And I got pregnant in 2 weeks. And I went to a sperm clinic because I was single at the time. And I was like, I'm not putting my dream of having a family on hold. I was 41 by that time. So I'm like, I'm going to go do this on my own. Had my first son on my own. And then went through another IVF journey, 3-year journey, with a miscarriage and hundreds of shots and injections and all the things, with my now husband. And then I got pregnant with the twins at 47, had them at 48. And so I just share that because I really want all of our friends here listening to know that if you have a dream in your heart, no matter what your current circumstances, your current age, size, economic status, health diagnosis, whatever, I truly believe if we start to hone in on how we think, there is at least 3 different solutions on this planet today to move us closer to the direction of reaching that dream life, that goal that we really want to have.
That's really impressive. I didn't expect you to have a different story than the one of overcoming the eating disorder, which, you know, I
It's a big
also
one.
welcome you to talk about, but this is an impressive story on its own. What do you mean by at least 3 solutions on the planet at this moment?
Yeah, well, I think people get really stuck into thinking the same thoughts in the same way and surrounding themselves with people who also think those thoughts and have that belief system. And so it becomes very comfortable, right? It becomes our baseline to think that we're always going to have burnout or fatigue, or we're never going to make that much money, or we're never going to have that much success in our business, or we're never going to reverse a diagnosis or launch that business or whatever, right? And so it becomes very natural to keep thinking the yesterday thoughts. For example, you brought up my eating disorder. So when I had an eating disorder, you know, this is 20 years ago or so, I kept thinking the same thoughts. I kept having the same emotions. So those were impacting me to have the same habits with checking out, escaping, and numbing out with food. And for me, it was food and eating. For some of our friends here, it might be alcohol, it might be gambling, might be social media. You know, we didn't have social media when I was doing my eating addiction habits. But you may be checking out, escaping, numbing out with social media or online shopping or whatever it is, sex, drugs, whatever it is, smoking. And so until we create a pattern interrupt to those ways of being, we cannot expect to get a different result. So when I was in my eating disorder season, I was continuously making promises with myself that today's going to be different or tomorrow's going to be different. And I break those promises with myself, which meant I was breaking trust with myself. And if you don't have trust in yourself, you do not have a solid foundation to build your life on, your dream life on. And so it wasn't until I started to hone in to, wow, this isn't about my weight at all. This isn't about eating at all. It's actually, those are superficial outcomes because there's something deeper going on. And what was deeper was I did not have the skills to deal with stress in my life, to deal with anxiety. I had old wounds from childhood that had not been healed. And so I kept repeating the disordered habits and behaviors because I didn't have skills, the personal development skills. When I got the personal development skills, boom, you know, not only did I lose 50 pounds without dieting, restricting, over exercising, or any of that, but my life took off in a different way, right? And my business, because of that, I now have this business. The business birthed itself because I felt like I finally cracked the code, and then I felt a sense of responsibility to help other women who were also crying on their bathroom floors. You know, like I felt a responsibility to then go help other women with what I had learned. And so my business actually birthed itself, I would say, like 20 years ago, because it was exactly what I needed, but I couldn't find it. Mm-hmm. Right. And so not all the women that we work with have weight issues or health issues or eating disorders or anything like that. But what it is, the common thread is that their thinking is shaky. Their personal development skill set isn't locked in regards to mindset mastery, emotional mastery, and relationship to self, like those three main pillars. And if those aren't locked in, then again, it's super hard to be able to even create a foundation built on stone, not on sand, which, you know, the Bible says, build your foundation on stone, not sand, so that you can weather any storm. And I just feel like it's, and we've helped thousands of women at this point. And I've seen it. It's too easy to fall back into the old patterns unless you have this skill set in place. Is this make sense?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So, Kerry, you mentioned thousands of women, and I know that you have an upcoming challenge on Monday. You mentioned it. I'm going to share my screen quickly to point people in the right direction to sign up. You already have 700 people signed up for this challenge.
Yep, at least. I didn't get a number today, but yeah, we have hundreds and hundreds of women who are going to be there with us.
So this is the website of the book, onethoughtawayproject.com, and the challenge is over here, onethoughtawayproject.com and /dream-life.
Yep. Exactly. So it's cool. What's going to happen? What's going to happen in this challenge is it's really fun. We've done this challenge multiple times, probably at least 3 or 4 times now. But with the book coming out, we're now doing. It's called the Dream Life Edition, and so we're really honing in on helping women um, figure out who do I really want to be. Like, I'm letting go of labels and, you know, ideas that were maybe I took on about myself or people put on me. And, you know, who do I really want to be? And what do I really want my life to look like? And so we're going to be taking everybody through a process. We're going to be using the One Thought Away book as a workbook. So we lowered the price just for a temporary amount of time. We lowered it to 99 cents, you guys. So hurry, go get your book while you can. It's only less than a cup of coffee, right? But we did that because we want everybody to get the book for the free online challenge. And then and the book is really cool because we didn't want it to be just another book that sits on your bedstand and probably never gets read. We wanted it to be a book that is an experience. So getting the book actually unlocks a visualization that you're going to get access to help you start to get clarity on what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to be in the world? And then it also comes with what we call printables. So they're like cheat sheets at the end of every chapter. We have, you have access to them here, but you also get in color printables that you can print out and, you know, maybe you tape it up to your bathroom mirror, or you tape it up to the pantry or the refrigerator or wherever you're spending a lot of time. But at the end of most of the chapters, it's really taking the main points of the chapter and really helping you turn around the beliefs that you have about yourself that are not serving you. I'm not good enough. It's never going to work for me. A life like that doesn't happen for girls like me. It's in my genetics to always be sick. Everybody in my family always dies young, or whatever the thinking is, right? And we help you turn it around and break that so that you really can have a different future for yourself. And so we want everybody to like create, most people know about vision boards. So we want you to actually create your environment to be like a 3D vision board. And by taping these up, you know, the colored versions are really pretty. They're professionally done. And by taping it up, it's a constant reminder. You're constantly putting the new version of you in front of yourself when you're brushing your teeth, when you're making your tea or your coffee. And so you're constantly, even if it's just in the peripheral of your vision, even if you're not focusing on it, it's still in your space about, you know, this is who I'm committed to being now. This is the life that I'm committed to having. This is the bank account I'm committed to creating. This is whatever it is, the family, the love, the relationships, whatever it is. So the book is very cool on its own. And we're going to have a ton of fun in the One Thought Away challenge, really diving into it more and talking about the different phases, like the clarity phase, the why phase, the how phase, the allowing phase, giving yourself permission to succeed, giving yourself permission to be happy. You know, so those are things that come up for some women. They would never expect it. Why wouldn't I want to succeed? Why wouldn't I want to be happy? That doesn't make sense. Okay, got it. And, you know, it might be like every time somebody's about to reach their dream financial place or weight, then all of a sudden they put all the weight back on, or all of a sudden they're broke again, right? That starts in our thinking. That starts in how we programmed ourselves, what we programmed ourselves to believe can or cannot happen for us.
Mm-hmm. So I can see that in your journey through improving your mindset, fixing your limiting beliefs, and in your journey of healing, you've done a lot of methodologies. You've done breath work, meditation, Ayurveda, yoga, I mean, whatnot. So
yeah,
which one of these practices do you think helped you the most? Or what is what was the thing that, I don't know what the expression is, the thing that tilted the
like the
scale in
turning
your
point, the
favor?
tipping point.
Exactly, the tipping point.
The
Or
tipping point, yeah.
for you.
It hands down, it would be getting the right support and knowing I don't need to be superwoman and figure it out all on my own, right? Which takes a lot of time. That usually takes a lot more time, money, and heartache to try to figure it out all on your own. So getting the right support, getting the right strategies, which hands down are mindset mastery, emotional mastery, relationship to self, becoming and staying present. So stopping the checkout, escaping, and numbing out. And then the fifth step, which is really, really critical, and I think it's not talked about enough. We emphasize it a lot. The fifth step with us is sustaining the transformation. So what that means is like, we're really clear. We don't want to help women just get a breakthrough and get a quick fix, but we don't want this to be a quick fix. We really are standing for women to understand that they get to be the hero of their own story. And they get to understand that I can create a shift in my life. I can get different results. And it's not luck. It's not that it's because I got intentional and I got skills. And if I did it once, I can do it again and again and again. If I did it right now, I can do it in a month from now. I can do it 6 months from now. I can do it 3 years from now, right? And so for me, the tipping point was, one of the tipping points was getting the right people in place to help me, getting the right strategies, and building trust and confidence in myself that I got this. I understand how I created a result, success once, and if I did it once, I can do it again. If I did it once, I can do it again. Right. And that's really like one holy, happy, healthy moment at a time, moment by moment by moment, thought by thought by thought. One thought away, like this, one thought away from having your dream life or not, one thought away from being happy today or not, healthy today or not. It sounds really simple, and it is simple in a sense, but it's not always easy. Right. And that's where the processes are really helpful, and the accountability and the support, because we are up against the beliefs from our childhood. We are up against our past experiences that our brains want to hook into and say, no, this is how the world works. No, this is what you're allowed to or allowed or not allowed to have. So we are up against unhealed trauma for some people from their past. And so the concept is solid. The concept is simple, but it's not always easy. And so that's why we're just so clear that, breaking it down into this 5-step process that we have, it will, if women come in and they do this work with us, obviously the book applies to all people, whatever gender you are, it's going to be helpful. In our programs, we work specifically with women, but the book is amazing no matter what for anybody. But with the 5-step process we created, we did it in a way that's not overwhelming. So the brain can actually hook into it and know that I can do this. This is manageable. I can push past my procrastination or my perfectionism or my overindulgence or negative self-talk. I understand this next step. And so I'm not going to go into paralysis. I'm not going to stay here another week, another month, another 3 years. Right. So, great question. Really great question, Zarina. And I would say it's getting the right people and the right strategies.
Mm-hmm. So the challenge lasts 5 days, and clearly to rewrite limiting beliefs, clear them completely, understanding simply by what mindset you should have won't do. How do you advise people to continue on their own or working with you after this challenge? How does it happen that you completely help them rewrite their mindset, their emotions, their relationships, and the other two elements?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. So the 5-day challenge is like an appetizer to the main meal, right? Like, I'm going to play full out in those 5 days. I'm going to give all the hundreds of women, I'm going to give them everything I've got. And it's 5 days, right? And so do we see the women who come in and do the work with me those 5 days and stay connected? Do we see them get huge results? Yes, Absolutely. We've had women say that just being a part of the One Thought Away challenge alone has really transformed their lives. And we always will say, I will give you everything I can in 5 days, and there's going to be more, right? And so at the end of those 5 days, if it's a good fit for them and for us, if it's a good fit, then we'll talk about the next step, which is a short course to really help solidify what they started to open up to in the 5 days, to really start to solidify it so that it's just who they are now, and it's not just a fluke that they got some great results in 5 days. Like we really want you guys to lock it in and sustain the transformation. But what we're going to encourage people to do right now is focus on the 5 days and play full out in those 5 days. Anyone can play full out for 5 days. So don't worry about what comes next per se. Like, sign up for the free event while it's still free. Sign up for the event and show up live with me. Like, you'll get information when you sign up, but then put it into your calendar. Okay, I'm going to be meeting with Kerry for 5 days straight. I'm going to get mentoring and coaching from her for 5 days straight, for like an hour a day. It's manageable. And put it in your calendar and book all your other appointments around it. And give yourself that gift, ladies. That's what I would say. Give yourself that gift, because there's going to be lives that are changed, totally changed in this One Thought Away challenge. And why not let it be you? That's what I would say.
Why not let it be you? So guys, head to One Thought Away challenge / and then let me check.
Dream-life.
Dream-life. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to share my screen, but you mentioned it.
One Thought Away. Yep. One Thought Away Project, because I'm the CEO and founder of the One Thought Away Project. So onethoughtawayproject.com /dream-life. That'll take you to, there you go. That'll take you to this page. And we start Monday, June 5th. So we're very excited. And let's say that you hear about this, maybe you listen to the podcast and it's June 6th or June 7th. Still sign up. You can come in. We'll catch you up. Okay. Still jump in and don't miss this opportunity. Let's say you hear about this on the last day of the challenge. Still come for that last day. We obviously build one day upon the other, but every single day is going to have nuggets in it. And so the key is just jump on this, get in, get in wherever you hear of this. And go invite a girlfriend, like think about who's one girlfriend that I would love. My cousin, my grandma, my mom, my aunt, my best friend, my hairdresser, my boss, my peer at work, somebody at church or something like that. Who's one other woman or 5 other women that you really want to stand for them to have a transformed life too. Then go now while it's still free. Please go ahead and share it and be a lighthouse in the world for them. Stand for their life.
Thank you, Kerry. And you've done this challenge a few times now. You've worked with hundreds of people, if not thousands, only through this challenge, and leave alone your other coaching work. Can you share some feedback that you've gotten from your participants, or how it's transformed their lives?
Oh my goodness. So there's also some testimonials on that page you just shared. And so it's really great. Sometimes it's hard to hear it from the person who's running the challenge or owns the business. Like, of course, she's going to say people have changes. It's her business or whatever. But there's testimonials right there on that page as well. And I really do welcome all of our listeners to go read those testimonials, because you will see yourself in them. We've had women who have said, even women who have done a lot of personal development work before they've met us, and they said that they've come in and they've never felt so safe to do their deepest work. They've never felt so accepted, non-judged, and it's really a sacred, beautiful space. And it's pretty amazing how close we get in such a short amount of time with women all over the world. But we've had women who have found jobs from coming and shifting their mindset, people who have looked for jobs for a long time and found jobs. We've had women who have doubled and tripled their income by coming in and doing this work with us. We've had women who have fallen in love and gotten married. We've had women who have moved through separations and divorces in a way that it's where they've come out stronger and empowered because they got out of maybe codependent relationships or abusive relationships. We built them up. We've had women who have gotten pregnant. We've had women who are, have changed relationships with their adult daughters or children, I should say, not just daughters. We've had it all across the board. We've had women who have come in and done this deeper work with us. I'm thinking of one woman, she was on 15 medications when she first found us, intense pain, fibromyalgia, a lot of autoimmune issues. And she came in, it was more than the 5 days. She came in and did the deeper work with us. And she's down to like 1 or 2 meds and her life has changed. Like she has mobility and healing and she has a different life, a totally different life now. So we've seen it all across the board. But within those 5 days, what I would say is, I think what's available to everybody who shows up for those 5 days is an understanding that they can create a different life for themselves. No matter if they're on the bathroom floor crying like I was, like, let's get you from rock bottom to good. If your life is good right now, let's get you to great. If your life is great right now, let's get you to exceptional, extraordinary. If your life is extraordinary right now, let's get it to the next level. Right? There's something in this for everybody, no matter where your life is.
Kerry, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. And gals, head to onethoughtawayproject.com /dream-life.
Yes.
Yes. The challenge starts on Monday. And I am considering signing up too.
Yes, good. Oh, you should. I know we have my friends come, my friends who are really successful. It's very fun. It's a huge event and it's very fun. So I look forward to supporting you as well, Serena.
Thank you so much, Kerry. Thank you for listening to Grow and Learn. We hope that you found our podcast informative, engaging, and inspiring. Our mission is to help you keep growing and learning, and we hope that our conversations and insights have provided you with practical advice and useful perspectives. If you're looking for personalized support and guidance to help you achieve your personal or professional growth objectives, I offer a range of services to help. As a trusted management partner and mentor, I work with businesses in the process of transformation, looking for new streams of business, as well as M&A. With an extensive professional network of experts and mentors, I can bring on board the right person or team based on the specific needs of the company I'm working with. To learn more about the services I offer and how I can help you achieve your goals, visit my website at grownlearn.org. You can also reach out to me via email or social media. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this episode of Grow and Learn, please subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us and it helps us to continue to create content that is relevant and valuable to our listeners. Thanks again for listening, and we look forward to sharing more insights and perspectives with you in the future.